You have to stretch it a little bit. It's a bit awkward to do, but it's definitely doable. There we are, and he's on. Right, that seems to be working alright. So what I'm going to do now is give the inside of the DVD drive, underneath the DVD drive, a good clean. Use the drive side of a DVD drive a good clean, because that obviously gets a bit dirty and yuck as well. Let's do that one as well. That's a bit broken, but it should be okay. That bit there, it's a bit broken, but it should be alright. But hopefully it'll be okay, and hopefully we'll fix on our hands. Right, I'm going to stop the camera because I'm going to put it back in there, and I can't really hold the camera and do that, unfortunately. I need to push it in, and just need to push it in there, but obviously I need two hands for that. I can't hold the camera as well, so I'm going to show a before and after. For a bit of faffing around, we can now say that that's in. So hopefully that should theoretically work now. I'm hoping it will. It seems to be okay now, so we'll put the DVD drive back together, and then we'll put it back in there. But what we won't do is we won't put the whole console back together as yet. I want to make sure that the DVD drive works first. See, all the screws are back in. I've put all the screws back in where they are. And we're going to plug it back into the console over there, plug the DVD drive back in, and we're going to see what happens. It's all wired up, so we're going to test her now and see what happens. No, green light's flashing. It seems to be working now. Perhaps it wasn't pushed in properly. Let's turn her on. Turn the TV on. Need to eject it somehow. I don't know what. Let's put the controller in. Put the controller in. It's opening now, which is good news. Right, let's put it back in. Put Call of Duty in here. I always put 18 plus games in here. It's a bit blurred. Sorry about that. I always put 18 games in here for the simple reason that it will show up if the game's got parental lock. Console's been parental locked. It's a bit noisy, but it's working alright. Play game. There we are. Modern Warfare 3. Fantastic. We fixed it. We fixed the DVD drive fault. So I'm going to give the console now another clean out, which I'll show you what to do on that. And then we'll put it back. The console does look a bit dusty and dirty. So we'll basically give it a bit of a blast from air dust, and we'll give the fan a clean as well. I'll show you how we do that in just the next. What I'm going to do now, as you can see, I've removed the fan duct because obviously it gets in the way. So what we're going to do now, we're going to give it a good blast. Get rid of all the dust. And yes, I will clear up afterwards. Near the end of that one. Good old friend isopropanol alcohol there, and move that out of the way. And obviously we're going to clean the fans now with some tissue. See, after a good old clean, the fan is nice and is a lot better than what it was. There's no dust on there at all, so we're going to give that one last spray with the air duster, and then start putting it back together. See now, the console is lovely and clean inside. It's just outer bits that need a bit of a clean, and also this duct, and also the DVD drive is a bit dusty, so we'll do those next. So, Right. Yep, that's how dirty it gets. That is often the way. That is the way it gets. Unfortunately, they do get not rather dirty. They get extremely dirty in these fan ducts, because obviously that's where the fan's trying to clear the dust out, and obviously some of the dust gets trapped in there. The more dust gets here, the harder it is for the console to clean it. So as you can see, that looks a lot better now. That looks much better. But I'll give it well, that was a final scrub. That looks a lot cleaner now. That looks much better. So we're going to put that back in. There we go. He's back in position. It's just a case of connecting the DVD drive up into those ones, but I'm going to do that with both hands because I'm not going to try and see me film. What you didn't see me doing was cleaning the casing out of dust, of internal dust. So it's just something I prefer to do when the console is apart. So then obviously most traces of dust are gone. The console didn't have before a nice chrome bezel on the front of the DVD. Right, let's just put the eject on off switch surrounding it on. So that will go on there like so. Looks nice now. Let's put start putting. You just got to put the first bit on. This is the first bit you put on, and you just got to make sure it all fits and all looks nice and snug as it goes on. Which it definitely doesn't. Which it definitely doesn't. I'm just going to turn around. I've got it nice and snug and flush, so it's time to put everything else on, starting with the eject button. I'm just going to do. You can see the eject button is nice and flush now. It's on properly now. Make sure that's down properly, but that will come down with the screw. That's better. That's much better now. It's nice and. It's now time to do all the screws up. I put them back in position, so just a case of screwing them back up. And I'll use a screwdriver in a minute. So we'll do that now. When you've done your screws up, you can make sure everything sits nice and it's still sitting nice and flush. Like that is. Everything looks okay. Everything looks good. It all looks pretty decent. So just got to put the. We start with the bottom casing, which should go down pretty snug. So that's on, make sure that's all snug, and then it's just the bottom bit where you just got to come on. Right, basically now the console is completely together now. It's all nice and flush, so we just got to put the rest of the casings on, starting with the grey casing that goes on the bottom. That was cleaned as well, by the way. And then you just put it up that way, and you just put that in. So that's all nice and in properly. Right, let's get the hard drive. Put that in. Yeah, so the hard drive's in nice and snug. Now for the front part, which is also going to go in nice and snug. Eventually. There you go. Right, that is one fixed Xbox, and it looks a lot better than what it did do when I first got it. It's all sitting lovely and flush now. It's been cleaned out. The DVD drive works. It's got a nice bezel at the front. Make sure everything works. Right, I think it's time to give it one test and have a little. There. Basically, that console that I put back together, unfortunately, started to get another problem with the DVD drive. It was not ejecting again. Basically, what had happened was the DVD drive would get stuck opening again. As you can see now, it works fine. I changed the belt on it, as you know, cleaned it all out, cleaned the whole console out. Unfortunately, when I put the casing back on, it was alright when the casing was off, but when the casing went back on, it started playing up again. Basically, what I found out was that underneath the DVD drive tray was all damaged, and probably that was what it was probably getting stuck because it was opening, which was a bit of a pain. But I got there in the end, and as you can see, it works absolutely fine. I'll just put a game in just to show you. As you can see, so I'll just put this in. Like the old Minecraft Edition Xbox One. That's my own one. That's not going. That's going nowhere. That's my pride and joy. As you can see, the Xbox 360 works absolutely fine. With no faults at all now. Took a bit of a while to get there, but we got there in the end. So we'll just show the game loading up so everyone knows that it works fine now and it was a successful repair. So anyway, I'll conclude the video there and let you know that Xbox 360s with DVD drives can be pain, but they can also be pains on PlayStation 3s because you have to get them absolutely correct. If you do a laser change on them, you have to really adjust them and mess around with them. They really are a pain. But anyway, this console's a successful fix, so